Welcome back to the Plus Money Podcast, your home for the best soccer bets in 15 minutes or less. We are on to two massive finals on Sunday. We have Spain taking on England in back-to-back Euro finals. We then have Colombia taking on Argentina. Argentina unbeaten in 10, Colombia on a 27-game unbeaten run themselves. So two great games to look forward to. I'm Andrew Passaro. He's Ani Sridhar. You can follow us at the Plus Money Pod at Andrew Passaro at Ani323. Ani, your boys absolutely robbed. Total handball on that first English goal in their match against in the Netherlands English match. I'm generally upset about it because Netherlands Spain would have been a much better match. But here we are. We're getting ready for another England final with Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, so I was looking it up and I had someone also, like one of my friends told me, since it was a penalty that they had to VAR, VAR can't look at the handball before a penalty. It's if Harry Kane had scored, then the build-up play can be VAR'd. So since it wasn't a goal, it's a stupid rule. So robbed nonetheless, but apparently build-up play isn't taken into account when reviewing for a penalty per VAR rules, which is why the handball wasn't even looked at.
I don't like that. I don't like that. All right. Well, let's get into it. I love Spain in this game. They're the first team to win 6 matches at any European tournament. Couple places that I find a lot of value. Number one, player of the tournament for Spain, Dani Olmo, has now scored in all 3 knockout games. He's the leader for Golden Boot at the tournament because he has assists. Harry
Yeah.
Kane, I think a friend texted me yesterday, you can get Harry Kane plus 240 Golden Boot winner. I responded to them, if you're gonna do that, I think Harry Kane's only scoring from the penalty spot in this game, so you might as well bet on a penalty to be awarded at plus 230. But Dani Olmo's score or assist at plus 220. He scored in all 3 knockout games. For him to have 3 shots in the match at plus 150, he's done that in 3 of the 5 matches. For him to have a shot on target as minus 130, which is incredible value because he's done that in all 3 knockout stages games. Um, I like the both teams score at plus 104. It's hit in both. It's hit in all 3 matches for both clubs in every round of the knockout stages. Spain team total over 1.5 at plus 186. They've done that in every knockout game. The only one that the Germany match that would not have hit because it didn't happen in 90, but still they scored twice. Spain to score first and win the cup plus 132. England have trailed in all 3 knockout games. Spain under 4.5, and under Spain and under 4.5 at plus 155, and then Spain and under 3.5 at plus 190. In last and certainly not least, because I can't not give something England related. England to win from behind. Now I would assume this has to be in regulation plus 1200. They, like we
Oh,
said, they have come back in every single game. Um, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of fading England only for them to literally ruin my bet and eat my lunch at the last second. Like they didn't screw me on Slovakia, but the Netherlands match, Switzerland again, like last second moments. The draw again is sitting at plus 180 if you think there's extra time. Ani, what are you thinking in this game? Because I'm thinking of Spain 2-0, but I could see goals. I could see it being nasty. I could see it being gross. I'm trying not to put too much down on this and just try to enjoy the game. But what do you like?
yeah. We've already got futures on Spain to win it to lift the cup. So I'm not really touching a side here. If anything, I'm going to take England to come back and win a plus 1200 as my hedge because that sounds great. I didn't even see that, but yeah, very enticing because Southgate will have to make subs and finally put his best lineup out there as we saw in the Netherlands game. But yeah, Lamine Yamal. I keep wanting to say Yamin Lamal. Like
I
it's
I
like
do I was looking up a photo of him yesterday and I was like, why is this not coming up? And it's because I also flipped the Y and the L. Like the fact that
yeah.
here's the thing. He's 16. We're gonna have to do this for maybe the next 20 years.
He
Like
turned 17 on Saturday.
There
So
we go. There we
they're gonna
go.
it's birthday narrative too here, you
I
know.
know.
He's no longer 16. I don't have to hear about it anymore on the broadcast, but I'll start have to hearing about how he's only 17. So,
Yeah. Doesn't
but
make it
what
any better.
one shot on target minus 120. He should absolutely cook Kieran Trippier there on that left side of the English defense. He's just gonna cut it in on that left foot and have a rip. We saw the absolute arguably the goal of I mean, there's been so many good goals in this tournament, so I don't know if I can say goal of the tournament. I'm gonna have to probably look back and see all of them, but it's definitely up there for candidate for goal of the tournament. Absolute worldy. So I like that. We saw Phil Foden kind of get a little unlocked against the Netherlands last game. Had I think 3 shots on target. Could say he was robbed on the goal line by Denzel Dumfries with just an insane clearance on the touchline. But one shot on target plus 110. I mean, that's, I think, insane value for Phil Foden, who's similar to Yamal. Will just make that one cut and take that shot from outside the box and has the skill to put it on target. I like the under 7.5 corners at plus 114. Two teams that don't really get a lot of corners or try to feed the corners. It's going to be a game that's just played in the midfield, a lot of passing it around, a lot of passing it back, slow build up. They're going to be very meticulous about their attacks. We've seen it all tournament. It's how Spain has pretty much played their entire in their country's history.
Mm-hmm.
And it's how England plays under Gareth Southgate. It's just very slow. It's not a lot of runs down the wings, balls into the middle, especially when you've got wingers like Yamal and Bukayo Saka. They're not guys that are just going to cross it. Like I said, they're the ones that are going to cut it in and try to make that central pass to the striker or take the shot. So I love the under in the corners in this contest.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Corners is, and frankly, this is the first game I feel like in a long time that I'm not giving out shots because I feel like this could just get neutralized in midfield and we don't see a ton of shots. So I'm worried that this could kind of be a slow burn knockout. But I have faith in Spain. I think they have undoubtedly been the best team at this tournament, with the perfect amount of youth and the perfect amount of wily veterans. I mean, Fabian Ruiz has been excellent. Danny Olmo has been excellent. Rodri, again, the best defensive midfielder in the world. Um, One last narrative for this final before we move on. Alvaro Morata might have gotten hurt in the post game of the Netherlands game. Like he had a security person like knock into him. I haven't seen anything definitive if he is in or out yet. So if AOZ Perez or Hosselu start, you might be able to get decent props on like shots for them in the match because they were expected to be on the bench. So wait for lineups to drop, but that is maybe a place to target value. Colombia, Argentina, Copa America final in Miami. The city of Miami is these are probably the two of the three biggest nationality groups that live in Miami. I mean, the only other one's probably Cuba, but what a game to be played in Miami. Like I mentioned in the Open, Argentina unbeaten in 10, Colombia unbeaten in 27. I think Colombia's last loss is in fact to Argentina. Lots to discuss here. Um, I'm bullish on Colombia, but it's hard to pick against Lionel Messi in a final. But this Colombia team has been, in my opinion, the most fun team to watch in this tournament. Argentina has gotten results, and I'm not surprised by that, but they haven't exactly impressed yet. Um, Angel Di Maria anytime plus 500. If he
Yeah, I got
starts,
it's big game
ha-
Di Maria, baby.
you
Big game
have to
Di
take
Maria.
it. You have to take it. Argentina are trying to do what Spain did like a decade ago, where they would now win three straight tournaments, two like continental tournaments with a World Cup sandwich in between. Argentina have the opportunity to do that. They are the reigning Copa America champions, and Angel Di Maria scored in the Copa final the last time and scored in that World Cup final. But then I'm going to my player of the tournament, James Rodriguez. Score or assist at plus 270, anytime assist at plus 500. Um, we got that anytime assist plus 400 in the semifinal. They are nasty from set pieces.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And he's been excellent. I think he has 2 goals and 6 assists in the tournament, which is I think it's a record. He broke Messi's record or something like that. I'm going Colombia, 11 shots in the match, even money. It's hitting 4 of the 5 games. The only game it didn't hit, I think, was their 5-0 over Panama, where they only shot 7 times. Because they only needed to. They won 5-0. 12 in the match at plus 155 and 15 in the match at plus 500. This is the best offense that Argentina have faced. I think Colombia are definitely going to be able to get something in this. Both teams, team total over 1.5 is really interesting. Argentina plus 190, Colombia plus 340 for either of those teams to score twice. I don't know if I'll take that. I just love those numbers. Both teams to score plus 126. I really, really like. And both teams are scoring over 2.5 at plus 220 is maybe the best both teams are scoring over 2.5 we've ever given out on this podcast. And that's probably our most given out prop. Um,
Probably. Yeah.
Argentina and under 3.5 got us here. It's at plus 155. It would be irresponsible for me to not mention it. But I don't even know if I'll put that in. I really do like Colombia because Spain and Colombia lift the cup parlayed plus
I was thinking of that.
305.
I was thinking
Plus
about that.
305. It's the Miami area code. Like that
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
that is written in the stars for us right there.
Just throw in some Pitbull out there too, Mr. 305,
Literally.
and then put that
Literally.
parlay in. And yeah. No, I agree. I think Argentina should win this game. I do see it a little bit more open than the Euro final, so I like the over on the 8.5 corners at minus 120 in this contest. I also like a parlay of Julian Alvarez and Messi each to have 2 shots. That parlay comes at the minus 130. You can tack on over 6.5 quarters to that to get plus money on that parlay. But I don't see any value on betting Argentina straight up to lift the cup or Spain for that matter. So I do like that parlay a lot. Yeah. Plus 305.
I want to talk strikers real quick for Argentina. I would be very careful about taking Alvarez or Lautaro until we see lineups because they have kind of flip flopped back and forth. Our Julian Alvarez future for Golden Boot is still alive. The
Yeah.
leading goal scorer in this tournament is Lautaro with 2 or with 3. Julian could catch him. Also, our Darwin Nunez future is still technically alive because they will play in the third place game. He's not officially suspended yet after him going full WWE on the other night, although I think he was fully justified. If my children were endangered in that situation, you will absolutely catch
A
me
thousand
throwing hands.
percent. Yeah.
And if you say otherwise, you just admitted that you hate your future children or your current children, and that says more about you than it does about us. But yeah, I think just be careful. I think they're plus numbers right now on Lautaro or Julian, 2 shots on target in the match, which I do think is good value. Just wait until you get lineups like an hour and a half before the match before jumping on that because on most of these books, if they come on in the 30th minute or the 70th minute or the 90th minute, that prop goes live and you lose your bet. So
Yeah.
careful. Hopefully we get 2 great finals and we don't get 2 stinkers. We don't go to I don't mind going to penalties if it's, a bunch of goals in regulation and extra time. And by the way, Copa will go to extra time, extra 30 minutes if they're not done in 90, not straight to pens this time. So like I said, hopefully we get 2 great games on Sunday. We are going to take some time here. We are going to try to rest and relax, recenter ourselves before we have futures to come for the Prem in I think it's literally
2, 3 weeks. So yeah.
yeah, I think the first Premier League match is the weekend of August 17th.
It's the
So,
second or third weekend, yeah. Or like right
yeah,
in the middle.
which means that we are less than a month away from the Charity Shield at this point, which
It is important to note that a lot of countries do send their youth squads to the Olympics, but teams like France are actually they've got like Michael Olise is on that team, and I will see.
Mateta
Yeah, so
and somebody else. There's another striker. I
so
think it's
it'll be important to see who's on these squads because that means they just have not stopped playing footy, and it's could be something to watch leading into the Prem season and just domestic season in Europe overall.
we were talking about it at work the other day. Crystal Palace has an absurd amount of players off on international duty right now. I mean, obviously they just sold Elise to Bayern, but
Yeah.
Mateta is going to be on the France Olympic squad. You have 4 players from the English national team. You have 2 players from the Colombian national team. Like, they had Anderson was out with Denmark. I mean, they went out
Denmark.
after the
Yeah.
the round of 16, but uh, for a team like Crystal Palace that had a very strong finish to the season, we've got a lot of players that are going to be coming back from preseason late and a lot of extra minutes on those legs. So, yeah, going to be an interesting season. We'll be excited to talk about it in a few weeks. You can follow us for more takes as we react to transfers, as we look ahead to futures at Angel Passaro, at Ani323, at the Plus Money Pod. Let's have a great weekend, everybody. Let's close the books on 23-24 strong on Sunday, and we will catch you guys soon.